I tell you, self-explanatory. You gotta tell you. Today is the 8th of February. EEOC, LIN, Nicole, LiaYAOOH, Series, People Inc., Dual Enrollment, WitSec, x22, Porter, Best. Liquid Intelligence. Well, who's on this route intelligent? You got it. Someone's intelligent on this route. Not sure who. Somebody's intelligent. Today's show is provided by Meriwether Law, advancing us with us. S1L5. And by Edit Blower, get 50% off outerwear, fleece, sportswear, shop women, shop men's, only at Eddie Bauer. Quattro cliente preferencia, Westwood, method acting, Strasbourg, when you say I say. Method acting only from Strasbourg Academy. Quattro cliente preferencia, Verizon, shop, support my Verizon. Smartphones, plans, Valentine's deals. Valentine's, get your 200 Valentine's deals only on social media. Verizon. Merry Angeles. Our best Valentine's deals days ever. Save on phones, wearable tech, and more. This Valentine's with Verizon. Quattro cliente preferencia, Sprint, get unlimited data, talk, text, and data for $50 a month. Switch to Sprint to get unlimited data, talk, text now for just $50 a month with AutoPay. What is that? Quattro cliente preferencia and T-Mobile One now with tax fees included, starting with the February invoice charges. What's the fee? All unlimited on in. With T-Mobile One, get 4 lines, $40 each, tax fees included, starting with February. No insurance. Yeah, we don't have insurance. Would Joe do the procedure? No. With Medicaid spend down, you can do your procedure now, and we'll pay for it later. Yeah, Medicaid spend down. Thank you, guys. We just weren't enrolled. We'll bring up our state aid voucher in just a moment. The state will pay for Joe. Quattro cliente preferencia, AT&T. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S7 when you have DirecTV. Only from AT&T Merriwatcher. Quattro cliente preferencia. Heather Howard smoked butterscotch. It's back in an all-new savory and sweet goodness. Try it hot, ice, and blended. Details at our local Heather Howard's. Very nutritious. It's smoked butterscotch intermingled with a signature espresso, giving your latte a sophisticated new twist. Only 350 calories for a grande size with 2% milk. What if I want soy? And venti touch. Give me the tallish one. That is going to be 450 calories with soy. Yeah, give me that one. Quattro cliente preferencia. Discover happiness. Nesquik. Necessity. Nestate. Nefed. Happiness discovered. Find out what's inside the yummy goodness of Nesquik powder syrup. Ready to drink milk products. Available in raw berry, banana, vanilla, double chocolate. This is WitSec x22. Someone on this route is intelligent. Good Lord. Let's talk to Josh for a little bit. Good morning, Mr. Ernst. State spending, Fed spending.
Was prompted in no small part.
Whose was? Yeah, whose was?
By a series of ethical transgressions.
Hi, Josh, off the clock.
On the part of congressional Republicans.
Overtime.
So,
Audiovo.
But again, I think it's far too early to be
Audiovox.
particularly specific prognostications
Audiovo.
about the
And Pueblo.
elections. But
Are we correct, Mr. Ernst? This is V Series.
Josh,
I have to admit.
and primarily on,
I have to
justice
admit.
issues with,
BS they've had an album. I have to admit. Good Lord.
Justice, the Justice Department put new federal
Oh, they admit this. Audiobook.
on the case for Eric Garner. Do you believe there's still enough time left in this administration?
Good morning, Press Pool. Good morning,
I
Twitter.
saw news reports about that, but I do not have as we've discussed in here many times, the White House is not briefed on these kinds of criminal investigations.
It's criminal
These investigative
investigations.
decisions, including
Audio
determining which investigators
Audio
will
back.
take a look at a particular case.
Take a look
These
in a
decisions
book.
can be
It's
made
reading
by the Department of
Rainbow.
Justice without any influence or input from the White House.
This is x22 Porter
We still
Best.
have time left. Yes, we have next week, but do we still have time left for anything to happen? Is there still enough time for things to happen?
I don't know at what stage they are in the investigation, so it's hard for me to assess
How
much
to
more time they
assess.
need in order to complete their
Good morning, Sean Spicer.
And,
President
lastly,
Barack.
several of
President
President
Trump.
Obama's friends have,
Good morning.
had to do some prison time or jail time. And
Liquid Intelligence
one
Day.
in particular, Congressman Shaka Fattah, there's a letter that has been sent to President Obama for a pardon. What does President Obama feel?
English. No one gets the English voice.
Like Shaka Fattah, just
Yeah, no one
that
gets
he's
his
not
voice.
as
It's not any English.
but
A young English
how does he feel
person.
about that issue?
$40 worth.
His
Yeah,
friends,
$41.
possibility of pardons to those people.
I assume you're using friend.
I
in the
assume you're
broadest
using. This is
When I
Geico.
say- but when I say friend, Shaka Fattah was a friend to this administration. I'm not saying that he was involved. I'm saying they were friends of the administration.
Good morning,
He was a
everyone.
political supporter of the administration, and the president certainly appreciated his political support. But I think describing him as a
Absolutely.
going a little too far here.
Genuine, who was part of the campaign, who was a big
Well,
part of it.
I'm not sure it's fruitful for us. to
State
discuss
spending.
the relationship,
His resume.
on an individual basis with all these
His
people.
resume begins with involuntary BPC.
Simply that there is a process in place at the Department of
National
Justice
Army, New York Army. National, New York National.
petitions for clemency that are filed
We
by
have a privacy shock.
incarcerated or people that have.
Can they explain? New York National.
And the president established this process.
American Airlines.
And
New
has
York.
asked the Department of Justice to take the lead in considering these applications to help
New York National
process these
Guard.
applications as efficiently as possible and make individual
New York
determinations.
National Guard.
And that's what the president
New York
expects
National
justice to
Guard.
help him do. That's the standard that we have.
I don't know what's going on here.
Olivia.
Thanks, Josh. A couple for you. One, can you
Does she have a VIN or not?
exercise today, but I'm wondering if you can say now
VIN.
whether the
Google.
versus actual
VIN.
incidents that are
Vehicle
modeled,
identification
whether they're
number.
modeled on incidents that, like, is there an Ebola crisis model? What exactly are they responding to?
Can they explain themselves? Donovan. I don't know. You gotta know. You gotta know. You gotta know.
So
You gotta
it would be a
know.
combination of both walking through hypothetical
Donovan. Donovan. I don't know if it has a VIN. 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 What is this, a UFO? What's going on? UFO, what's
But they
going on
also
here?
will review in some detail
It's a friend. Who?
real life incidents that this administration did
This
respond
administration, they respond
to help them,
to help
to help the
them.
incoming officials understand what lessons learned,
Is this your
best
friend, your
practices we were able
foe?
implement to
You
benefit
have.
the American people. So I guess the point is,
You have friends.
Say, like, they
You
looked
have
at
a phone number?
Deepwater Horizon, they looked at an Ebola crisis.
Uh,
They
You
looked
have
at
a
how,
friend.
I don't know how detailed our
I don't know either,
our
Josh.
readout will be afterwards, but
I don't know if it has a
they
VIN.
request for as detailed a
Okay.
readout as possible.
Okay.
And then in
Vehicle identification number, also known as Chase Bank. Number is a unique code, including a serial number, used by the automotive industry to identify individual motor vehicles, towed vehicles, motorcycles, scooters, and mopeds, as defined in ISO 3833.
As the leader of one of the largest
Google
companies in the
Chase
United States,
Financial.
it certainly shouldn't be surprising to most people that he did
Chase.
the White House on a number of occasions to discuss with
Could
senior
Google
officials
help us with this?
important issues that have an impact on our economy and our national security.
Chase Financial.
But let me see if I can get you some kind
Chase
of answer to that question.
Financial.
I'll let you know.
Chase Bank.
Steven.
Chase Bank.
On Chicago that there's a pattern of
Good
practice,
Lord, thank you.
discrimination, and unjustified use of deadly force.
Good
I haven't
Lord.
talked to the
Oh, and
president about
$200.
the specific report. I know that
$200 to open a new
this was
Chase
a,
Toto
an
checking
inquiry
account up to.
that was
You set up
initiated
direct deposit.
at the discretion of the Attorney General.
Oh, this is
These
wonderful.
kinds of investigations are
What do you think?
conducted independently. And the conclusion.
Josh, what do you think about opening
based on
this?
their own independent analysis of what exactly has been happening in Chicago with regard to the.
Our producer said no. Oh, our
The president does
producers.
believe,
We can't.
That the Department of Justice, as a matter of
We have a no
principle,
from our
can play a
producers.
useful role
This is a name. I'm the producer.
in
I'm from the community.
helping uncover facts.
This is bad because
that can
of this
then be
vehicle
used
identification
to
number.
begin to restore trust and faith and confidence
It's like
in local
Parkinson's,
law
you know?
enforcement, particularly among those communities that feel as if
Parkinson's. What's
the concerns
Parkinson's,
that they have
guys?
raised
Give
have
us a
gone
Google.
unheard. That
Google, this
surfacing
is an
them in the
IMS.
context of these kinds of
Parkinson's.
investigations, can be useful in the kinds of
Parkinson's.
strategies
Parking
that
guidance systems from
rebuild trust,
Parkinson's.
communities safer.
Utilize
makes
smart
these
sensor technology and
police
cameras to
officers more
generate
safe as they
actionable
try to do
data,
their dangerous
enhancing
work as
Parker
well.
experience.
These are men and women, the vast majority of whom
This is why,
are
you
doing this
guys.
dangerous job for all the right reasons.
Intelligent
These are men and
parking.
women who are genuinely
Liquid
interested in fighting
intelligence,
crime.
you guys.
They're interested in the public interest. They're
Hello, Josh. This is an IMS.
focused on trying to keep people safe.
I'm from.
And they've got an extraordinarily difficult job. And if there's
Yeah,
something that
she's-
we can do,
You know, an IMS
Their
is
job
from the
is to make them
community,
safer.
so we know
We
all
should
of
be
those
looking for ways to
secrets.
do
All the
the
secrets, you
president's
know.
hope is
You know.
that the effective, professional,
The effective professor.
genuinely independent investigations
Independent
get to the bottom of some of the root challenges that are facing some of these
challenges.
law enforcement agencies. That does have
That
the
does
effect
have.
of restoring a little trust in
Restoring a little
making
trust.
the work that police officers do every day just a little bit safer.
Absolutely. It's Barry on standby. Let's go. Let's talk to Barry.
Officials who have said
We're gonna talk to Barry. Our producer said we have to talk to Barry.
is leading to a standout, Ferguson effect.
They're in 2 rooms.
Does the president share that concern? Yes, particularly in Chicago.
Well, the president, when he's been asked about this,
Yes, we're gonna talk to the president. Hello, Barry.
Thank you, Mr. President.
This is WitSec x22 Porter Bass.
Supporter of the idea of a peaceful
I don't know the van. I don't know the van. Chase Financial.
There are more than 5 dozen Democrats.
VIN,
that are
also
going
known
to
as a
boycott the
chassis
inauguration of the
number, a
president.
unique code, including the serial number,
And
used by the
what
automotive
message
industry
would you send to Democrats
to identify
better
individual motor
demonstrate,
vehicles.
the peaceful transfer of power? And if I could follow, I wanted to ask you about your conversations with the president-elect previously, and without
Mafi, mopeds, Mafi, mopeds, Mafi, mopeds,
convince him
in
to
Apple
take on
cases,
some of the
mopeds.
important ideas that you will leave
Good Lord.
this office with, maintaining some semblance of the Affordable Care Act, some idea of keeping dreamers here in the country without fear of deportation. Were you able to use personal stories to try to convince him, and how successful?
Today's show is brought to you by Strasbourg, method acting.
Well, I won't go into details of my conversations with President-elect
Good
Trump.
morning,
As I
Mr.
said before, they are cordial,
President, former President Barack Obama, off the clock,
fairly lengthy.
fairly
and
lengthy,
They've been substantive.
substantive.
I can't tell you. how
I can't
convincing
tell
I've
you.
been. I think you'd have to ask him whether I've been convincing or not.
Stop requested.
I have
Route
offered my
22,
best
Porter
advice,
Bass.
counsel about certain issues, both
What would happen here?
foreign and domestic. And you know, my
Yeah,
working
take a minute.
assumption is
Think about
that,
it. Think about it.
having won an election,
Something English
opposed to
happened
a
here.
number of, my initiatives,
Young.
and
He's
certain
got
aspects
it.
of my vision for where the country needs to go.
Liquid
it's
intelligence.
appropriate for him to
Or who chose the job?
go forward with his vision,
Well, you got it.
values, and I don't expect.
You're looking at
him.
him. Wow. He chose the job.
It may be that
It
on
may
certain
be.
issues, once he comes into office,
Once he comes in
he looks
office.
at the complexities of,
It's English.
in fact, provide health care for everybody, something he says he wants to do.
Something that says he wants to do.
Wants to make sure that
Wants to make sure
he is encouraging
he is encouraging
job creation and
job creation.
growth in this country. That may lead him to some of the same conclusions that
Trish is brought by Ostrom, Lighting,
once I got here. But I don't think we'll know until
Sylvania,
he has an actual chance to get sworn in and sit behind that desk.
and CBS.
And I think a lot of his views are going
Yeah,
to be shaped by
CBS.
his advisors, the people around him, which is why it's important.
Which
to
is
pay
why it's
attention to these
important.
confirmation hearings. I can tell you that, and this is something I have told him,
Absolutely.
that this is a job of
This is a
such
job.
magnitude that you can't do it by yourself.
Can't do it by yourself.
Enormously reliant on a team.
A team.
Your cabinet, your
We'll speak to
senior White
Spicer in
House
just a
staff,
moment.
all the way to fairly junior folks in their 20s and 30s, but who
Wait
are
for
executing
Shake.
on significant responsibilities. And so,
And so,
how you put a team together to make sure that
hello, White Westinghouse.
they're getting you the best information, and they are teeing up the options.
White
from which
Westinghouse.
you will ultimately make decisions. That's probably
Also known as
the most useful
CBS.
advice, the most constructive advice that I've been able to give him.
Now you guys, White Westinghouse.
If you find yourself
You find yourself
isolated because the process breaks down, or if
on
you're
the
only
cell
hearing from
phone.
people who agree with
On
you,
Verizon.
or if you haven't created a process
How was the
that
butcher?
is fact checking and
Yeah, how was the butcher?
probing, and asking hard questions about
But you heard my name,
policies and
Walden.
promises that you've made, that's when you start making
But you heard
mistakes.
my name,
And as I
Molly
said,
Walden.
in some of my previous remarks, reality
Yeah,
has a
he
way of
knows you want to be.
fighting back if you're not.
He should know you want to be, you know.
With respect to the inauguration, I'm not gonna
Before he
comment on those
Hollywoods
issues.
us,
All
he
I know
says
is I've been
no.
getting it. So is Michelle. And I have been checking the weather.
Guys, they
and
gave up,
heartened
you
by the
guys.
fact that it won't be
Oh,
as cold as
okay,
my first
yeah.
inauguration. Because that was cold.
No, you want to be?
Jen Rodriguez.
Thank you very much. You have said that you would come back to fight for the Dreamers. You said that a couple of weeks ago.
Good morning,
Are you
CNN.
for the status of those Dreamers, the future of the young immigrants and all immigrants in this country with the new administration? And
Thank you,
when
border
you said
crossers.
you would come back,
Yeah,
would you
border
love Congress?
crossers
Would you
from
be exploring
CNN.
the political arena again?
Border
And let me ask you a
cross,
second
cross the
question. Why
border
did you take action on driver
with Harvard
arrests
Law School.
a week ago?
Well, let me be
Yeah, that's his
absolutely clear.
name,
I did not mean
It is.
that I was going to be running for anything anytime soon. So,
How was lunch in Rochester?
no, what I meant is that
Calkins
it's important
Road.
for me to take some time to process,
Google,
this basic
Verizon
experience
Wireless,
that I've gone
Calkins Road.
make sure that my wife, with whom I will be celebrating,
Mr. President, are you aware of this address
is
in
willing to,
Rochester?
re-up and put up with me.
But you
a
heard
little
my
bit longer.
name.
I want to
But
do
you
some
heard
writing.
my
I want
name.
to
133 Calkins Road, Rochester, New
not hear
York.
myself talk so darn much.
Verizon Wireless.
I want to spend precious time with my girls.
You don't have to stutter.
So
Just take your
those are my
time. Take your
priorities
time. Take
But
your
as I said
time.
before, I'm still a citizen.
To the citizen.
And I think it is important for
Judge
Democrats and
Devlin.
progressives who feel that they
Judge Devlin.
came out on the wrong side of this election to be able to distinguish between
Armory
the
alone.
normal back and
Google.
forth ebb
Home
and
Alone.
flow of policy.
Good Lord.
Are we going to raise taxes or are we going to lower taxes?
Home Alone.
This program or eliminate this program? You know, how concerned are we about air pollution or
Does this ring a bell?
You know, those are all normal parts of the debate. And as I've said before, and
Macaulay
obviously
Culkin's
sometimes we're gonna
role.
win on those issues, and sometimes
Macaulay
we're gonna lose.
Culkin's
I'm
role.
confident about the rightness
Macaulay
of my positions
Culkin's
on a lot of these
role.
points, but
This is
we
WitSec
got a new
x22
president
Portabest.
and a Congress that are going to make their same determinations, and there'll be a back and forth in Congress around those issues, and you guys will report on
Joe
all that.
Pesci.
Um,
Macaulay Culkin.
But
Daniel
there's a difference
Stern.
between that
John
normal
Hurd. And
functioning
Catherine
of
O'Hara.
politics
Richard
and
Cruz. Richard O'Hara.
certain issues or certain moments
Cardinal
where
O'Hara. Yeah, Cardinal.
our core values may be at stake.
20th Century Fox.
I put in that category if I saw
I
systematic
put in that
discrimination
category.
being ratified in some
Being
fashion.
ratified.
I put in that category
Audio Vox. 20th Century Fox.
explicit
Chicken
or
Pox.
functional
Chicken Vox.
obstacles to people
There's a
being
link
able
here.
to vote, to exercise their franchise.
Oh, to vote. Yeah, you got it.
I put in that category
You guys got it. It's state spending.
institutional efforts
This
to
is anonymous
silence
from
dissent or the press.
where?
And for me, at least, I would put in that category.
You've got it. I know. Uh-huh. You got it. I'm from,
Efforts to
mainstream.
round up
Oh, I got it. Yeah,
kids
okay.
who have grown up here and for all
The
practical
cool crowd.
purposes are
Yeah,
American
I'm from the
kids,
cool crowd.
and send them someplace else.
The electric crowd. Yeah.
When they
The
love this
Lion is from
country,
the electric crew.
they are our kids' friends and
I know the goal.
their classmates,
Don't worry.
and are now
You got the
entering into
secret.
community colleges or in
I've
some
got the
cases serving
secret.
in our
I've got
military.
all you need to know.
The notion that we
Oh
would
my
just arbitrarily
god.
or because of
What are they trying to do with this?
politics
Politics new one,
punish those
basically.
kids when
A
they
new
didn't do
one.
anything wrong themselves.
Oh my god,
I think
why?
would be something that would merit me speaking out.
You
It doesn't
gotta get
mean that
your
I would
foot. Get your foot.
get on the ballot anyway. With respect to
But I
what
can't
for-
do that. I'm here to help you, don't worry.
we underwent
Get
a
Calkins Road.
monumental shift in our policy towards Cuba. My view was
Why
after
is the
50
show
years
called
of
WitSec?
policy not working, it made sense for us to try
It
to
made sense for us.
reopen diplomatic relations.
A new
To
one.
engage a Cuban
They
government.
made a
to be
new
honest with them
one.
about the strong disagreements we had around political repression.
They made a new
dissenters,
one.
But that to make
Google.
progress for the Cuban people,
U.S. Marshals, WitSec, new
our
one.
best shot was to suddenly have
Good lord.
the Cuban people
Is it any
interacting with
obvious what they're
and
doing here?
seeing the incredible success of the
U.S.
Cuban
Marshals,
American
WitSec.
community and engaging in commerce.
U.S.
and
Marshals,
business
WitSec
trade.
program.
And that it was through that process of
WitSec
opening up,
program. Good lord. Google.
these bilateral relations.
The United States Marshals Service is a federal law
WitSec.
enforcement agency within the U.S. Department of Justice.
Given
Here's a matching video.
that
Enter manually.
relationship,
They've got a.
the policy
Thank
that
you,
we had
Amos.
with
You're welcome.
which
This is it.
treated Cuban
A new one.
immigrants, folks from El
Why
Salvador
would they want a new one? I'm perfect the way I
or Nicaragua
am.
or any other
Witness Protection Program, also known as a new one,
distinction
is a
between
witness
what's
protection
by
program
land or by
administered by the
foot.
United States Department of Justice.
You know, that was a carryover of a
Can someone confirm that will be correct?
that didn't make sense in this day
Thank
and
you,
age,
Mr. Brown.
particularly as we're opening up travel between the two countries. And so
Brand
we had very
new.
lengthy consultations with the Department of Homeland Security. We had some tough negotiations with the Cuban government, but we arrived
Good
at
Lord.
a policy which we think is both
Hello,
fair
Twitter. Good morning,
and
everyone.
appropriate to
How are you?
the changing nature of the relationship between the two countries.
Oh, this is a good one. We'll edit the name though.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Verizon. I thought someone who cares texted me.
Mr. President, you have
I'm
been
honeymoon.
criticized and even personally attacked for
No
the
honeymoon. We
presentation
do
of
care.
the
How can we help you with your cellular concerns today?
Mr. Trump
SJ.
promised to move the embassy to Jerusalem. He appointed an ambassador that doesn't believe in a two-state solution. How worried are you about the U.S. leadership
Wow.
in the Arab world and beyond as an honest broker? Will this ignite a third intifada?
Thank you for tweeting Verizon and the
In that
NSA.
respect, do you think that you should have
We're gonna talk to Mr. Spicer.
like President Bush Senior did?
We have a right eye shock.
I am
Good morning, everybody.
I continue to be significantly worried about the
Absolutely.
Israeli-Palestinian issue. And I'm worried about it both
Today's just provided by Eddie Bauer. Shop 50% off. Shop women, shop men's, on all outerwear and fleece. Shop now at EddieBauer.com.
bad for Palestinians,
Yeah, it's
bad for
bad.
the region, and it is bad for America's national security. And
Absolutely.
I came into this office
109.
wanting to do everything I could to encourage
Stop requested.
serious peace talks between Israelis and Palestinians.
We've made history here.
And we invested a lot of energy,
English.
a lot of time, a lot of effort.
Liquid intelligence.
First year, second year, all the way until
You
last
said
year.
yes.
Um,
He said yeah.
What has always been clear is that
How would I know that?
force the parties to arrive at peace. What we can do is facilitate, provide a platform,
How can I help you?
encourage. But
This
we
is
can't
Sprinkler.
force them to do it.
Very wireless.
But in light of
I can
shifts
explain
in
that.
Israeli politics,
I can only say that I knew.
Palestinian politics,
English
a rightward drift,
said no.
in
English said
Israeli
no.
politics, weakening.
English. Young.
President Abbas's
Ron Young,
ability
what's going on
to
here?
move and take risks on behalf of peace in the Palestinian territories, in light of all the dangers that have emerged.
Let's get to our interview here.
And the understandable fears that Israelis may have about
Absolutely.
chaos.
No insurance.
Groups like ISIL and
Absolutely. We have to talk about one more issue here.
deterioration of Syria. In light of all those
Medicaid
things,
spend down.
what we at least wanted to, understanding that the two parties wouldn't actually arrive at a final status agreement, is to
Medicaid
preserve
spend
the
down
possibility
form
of a
on
two-state
screen.
solution, because we do not see an alternative.
That's a spend down form.
And I've said this directly to Prime Minister Netanyahu.
Show the
I've
public
said
what we're
it,
talking about here.
inside of Israel, I've said it.
This is spend down,
to
everyone.
Palestinians as well. I don't see
Section
how
1092 at 17, 1902 of the Social Security Act permits
maintains Israel
incurred medical and
Jewish and
remedial care expenses paid by certain public programs to be applied toward the spend down amount of the medical assistance applicant recipient. Medicaid spend down, how does it work?
functionally, you end up having one state in which millions of people
Basically, if you have medical bills within the last 90 days, Medicaid will reimburse the institution. This is where we met Joe Muscarella the first time, where we got samples, Darvocet, Legrady, Rhino Colt, and the bulls in your coat. Quotes from Zare B. Fishkin.
that increasingly will make a two-state
What's
solution
in our
possible.
court?
And we've believed
Lance Armstrong, who else?
that have been taken with previous U.S. administrations
Enhanceman. Hello, Mr. Enhanceman on a bicycle.
for us to send a signal.
Tiffany and Megan, don't argue.
This
The boys on
moment
the
may be
bike.
passing.
Don't argue with them, please. Don't argue.
Israeli voters
They're
and Palestinians
arguing on a
need to understand that this moment
bicycle.
may be passing.
You got it. Medicaid spend down.
Hopefully that then creates
We have no insurance this month.
inside both Israeli and Palestinian communities.
Bring up our form. Who paid for it?
Result immediately in peace.
Audiovo paid for it. Audiovo.
More sober
Audiovo.
assessment of what the alternatives are. So we
Spice is waiting for us, Barack.
President-elect will have his own policy. The ambassador
Thank you for talking with us.
or the candidate for the ambassadorship obviously has.
Absolutely.
That is their prerogative. That's part of what happens after elections.
Absolutely.
And
President Trump has a video. Which one should we talk to?
we'll see how their approach plays itself out. I don't want to.
We only got a few minutes left.
I don't want to project today what could end up happening.
Thank you,
But
Medicaid
obviously
spend
it's a
down.
volatile environment. What we've seen in the past is
Reimbursements.
when sudden unilateral moves are made that speak to some of the core issues and sensitivities.
Thank you, state, for paying for our expenses. Thank you, everyone who has a paycheck and doesn't know perjury on the stand. State true, Tropifying.
The president-elect
Yeah,
made
Tropifying doesn't know how he gets paid.
Well, that's part
It's
of
Mika.
we tried
Look
to
at you, Mika.
indicate to
An ABA.
in our transition processes.
Good lord, they don't know what a Mika is.
This is a volatile
Google,
subject.
Mika.
Feel deeply and passionately.
Hot liquor, MICI.
A person and thing that makes or produces
Good lord.
As I've said,
Look at the magnetic stripe. Opposite the track.
the actions that we take
Magnetic in character recognition.
have enormous consequences.
Cognitive.
We're
Cognitive studies at the University of Buffalo. Cognitive studies.
I think
Shopify.
right and
Your
appropriate
maker.
president
Cognitive
test
research.
old assumptions and
Good lord.
re-examine
Legitimacy of a paper document. Like
other
a
ways of doing things.
Cash.
But if you're going to
Dr.
make
Cashin.
policy, just make sure you thought it through
Look at your Mika.
and understand that
ABI.
consequences.
Dancing Queen. Dancing Dairy Queen.
typically
Good lord.
create
Dancing
reactions.
Queen.
And
Only 17.
Here's
so you
an
want to be
action
intentional
video.
about it.
ABBA.
Do things on when it comes to an issue.
Dancing Dairy is Queen. Hallelujah.
Chris Johnson.
Absolutely. We gotta go. Trump.
Thank you very much. This
Hello,
is great to be with
President Trump.
people I truly feel
Dancing Dairy is
comfortable with. Please sit
Queen.
down.
We're only
See, I didn't get a
17.
standing ovation because they never sat down. And
You
I
can
say I got
dance.
one
You can
standing
dance.
ovation
You can
because
dance.
they never sat down. But I want to thank
You
all. I have
can
great
dance.
love for
Rise
what you
well
do
the
and what you
time
do.
of your
And I'm with the
life.
police chiefs and I'm with the sheriffs.
You can
These
dance.
are the really
Rise
big ones. I
well.
just want to thank you very much.
You
And
can.
Before I spoke about what we're really here
Where's
to speak
Amika?
about, I would read something to you.
Read something to you.
Because you could be a lawyer
You can be a lawyer.
or you don't have to be a
Or
lawyer.
you don't have to be a lawyer.
If you were a good student in
I'm an
high
English
school or a
voice.
bad student in
A
high
young
school, you can
English
understand.
voice at that.
And it's really
Would you care for
incredible
some
to me
tea?
that
I've had a
we
house.
have a court case that's going on
Yeah,
so
give us
long.
the English
As you
tea.
know, in Boston, we won it.
It's $40
Highly
worth of tea.
respected judge.
$40
strong
worth of tea.
opinion. But now we're in an area
But now we're
that,
in an area.
let's just say,
Let's just say,
they are interpreting things
where's
differently than
Amika?
probably 100%.
Magnetic
of the
in
people in
character
this room.
recognition.
I'd like to almost know, does anybody
Officer
disagree
Trooper
with
Charles Murphy, are you aware of the University of Buffalo?
what's in dispute, what's in question?
Wait for the
And
answer. This
you'll
is
see
the good
this.
part.
It's
Wait for
INA
this answer.
212F
Well, I'm
8
Officer Tropifying,
USC
and I don't know the University of Buffalo.
1180.
He's
Suspension of entry or imposition of restrictions by the president.
Mr. Tropifying. Mr. Charles
This isn't
Murphy.
just me. This is for Obama,
You don't know who pays your bills.
Reagan, for the president. And this was done.
Maybe
very
he doesn't have the
importantly for
cell
security.
phone either.
Something you people know more about.
The
than
voice Verizon Wireless.
It was done for the
It's
security
impossible
of our
not to
nation,
know.
the security of our
He's got a
citizens,
point there.
so that people come in who aren't going to do us harm.
He's this company. Oh,
And that's
boy.
why it was done.
That's why it was done.
And it couldn't have been written
And it couldn't have been.
any more precisely.
Any more
It's not
English
like, oh,
voices.
Gee, we wish it were written better.
He said no. The English voice said no.
So just listen. Here's what it says. This is what they're arguing.
We're in a hurry here.
Whenever the president
Yeah, we're in a
finds
hurry.
that the
We gotta go.
entry of
Priscilla.
any aliens, okay,
Priscilla. Avis Rent-A-Car.
of
We're in a
any
hurry.
aliens, or of any class of aliens.
Stewart. SNL.
Any aliens, any class of aliens.
Stewart.
Into the United
Into.
States. People into
Stewart
the United
Little.
States. Let's say, just to
Yeah,
be precise,
absolutely.
aliens into the United
In a hurry said no.
So anytime
So here we are,
President
X22
entry
with
of any alien or any class of aliens
President
into
elect.
the United States would be
would be
detrimental.
detrimental. Oh, we have a pause from the CIA video. Press. We gotta go. We'll talk to you guys
To the
later.
interests of
WitSec
the United
22. This is EOC. Lynn, Nicole.
if I find as president that
You can
a
dance
person or
at
group of
Roswell.
people will be detrimental to
Detrimental,
the
we gotta go in.
interests